Hi beautifuls, and a very warm welcome to this channel ParaTheta. I'm a Reiki practitioner and master and a holistic and intuitive coach, and today I'm going to be doing a collective transformational card read to help you watching. Now if you have found this video, you are meant to be here, and to gain the full benefit of this transformation you do need to be watching until the end of the video. You may find this video a few months or a few years from now and it will still be relevant to you because we are working at the quantum level of vibration and that works beyond time. And not only that, even if you're watching this on the other side of the planet, you'll still get the same therapeutic benefit from it as if we were in the same room together because we're working at the quantum level of vibration and that works beyond distance too. I now set the intention to bring love, joy, truth, clarity, accuracy, empowerment, guidance and transformation of the highest vibration via the cards, the beings of light present and the tools I'm using for you I'm reading for, so you can easily receive the guidance and transformation you may need, and you can also take action on this guidance should you so choose. And remember, this is your own personal responsibility as a sovereign being that you are. I'm obliged to say these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I give no medical, legal or financial advice. I'm now going to be calling in my team in spirit of the highest light and resonance, my guides, guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, higher selves, star people of light, star races, gods, goddesses of light, superconscious. Only beings of the highest vibrational light may enter to help here. Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael and Archangel Sitron are here to keep the vibration high and the space clear at all times, as well as Archangel Sandalphon, who's here to help ground these energies. Please be at my side to protect and watch over me, those observing, those passing through. Please guard against any low vibrational negative energy, those with negative intent seen or unseen. Send back descended to their place of origin, be banished at once back to source, love, light with forgiveness, thank you. So, all that being said, what messages do we have for the collective? What is the overruling energy of this message, please, Spirit, angels, and beings of the light present? What is the overruling energy of this message? Okay, so we have got the card which is talking about collaboration. Interesting. Okay, so this card is all to do with working as a team with others, or also working as a team with yourself, okay? I know that sounds a bit strange. It's like, well, if you're just working with yourself, how is that a team? You may have internal aspects which have been in the past in conflict with each other. So that might be even your ego and your higher self, your inner child and your inner parent. And this is about becoming whole, basically gaining a unity, and a unity internally will create an external unity as well. So a harmony within will create a harmony without as well. So this card is talking about the buzzing beehive produces honey. So basically, this card and this reading is going to be talking about how you can create that wholeness within and that harmony without, and the external world and that wholeness within. And this will be very kind of lucrative for your life, okay? Your life then will be feeling far more abundant because you'll be reaching that point of collaboration, okay? That is working together with others, solving problems, sharing ideas, defining collective ideals. This talks about this act of cooperation can produce a buzz of inspiration that lifts your spirits. So it's all about teamwork. And also I have just learned that when you are working as a team with others, your body, there's a bonding hormone called vasopressin, which is really important in terms of bonding with others in a group. When you solve problems together, when you solve issues and challenges together, your brain releases this hormone, which then really creates a far more solid bond as well, okay? Interesting. Okay, these cards are actually really talking today, which is also great. All right, so what has happened in the recent past? Okay, we have got this card is to do with security or insecurity here, okay? And this might be feeling, you may have felt very, very secure or very insecure, okay, and anxious, all right? Or perhaps you've been learning about how you can become less anxious, all right? How you can actually feel more secure, okay? And this card is talking about standing in the spotlight, all right? So perhaps you've, in a way, put yourself out there, exposed yourself, and started to express yourself to the world in a kind of authentic, even vulnerable way, where you've been learning to be more confident in yourself, all right? And this will be a kind of, what I'm getting is a snowball effect. So the more you express yourself with confidence out there in the external world, the less anxious you'll be feeling, okay? So you might then, it's got kind of drip effect or a snowball effect. So you may be feeling very anxious. You may try to do something little to put yourself out there in the world, just a small step. And from the feedback that you get from that small step, you realize, you know, there was nothing wrong with that, you know, actually the worst didn't happen when I did that. And so then you go and do it again. And when you do it again, perhaps a slightly bigger step, you also realize that's actually fine. And when you do it again, even an even bigger step, that becomes even easier and you're feeling even more confident, okay? So that's what I'm getting. All right. It says here, standing in the spotlight. If you are able to step forward into the spotlight with confidence and poise, relish this feeling of security. So feel really good in that sense of accomplishment and that sense of achievement by being in the spotlight. Soak in that energy. However, if you are experiencing insecurity, trust that real self-expression will help to shift that feeling, okay? Because when you express yourself authentically, you'll realize that the people who are resonating with your message will come to you, will be drawn to you. And the ones that won't and aren't on that vibration and won't come into your field, okay? So yeah, interesting. And this has happened in the recent past for you. You've come across this information or you've been practicing it, okay? So how about in the present now? These are collective energies, so this is what the collective consciousness is doing at the moment, all right? So if you're part of the collective consciousness and also helping to raise the vibration of the planet by learning this, overcoming your fears and anxieties, this message is more likely to be resonating with you at this time. Now, what's happening in the present? Okay, again, another card of coming together and collaboration. This card is all to do with kinship. So coming around the table, together, gathering around the table, all right, what do you bring to the table? What is your contribution? Perhaps you are working on this at the moment, honing your message, honing what you're going to be expressing so that you can add it to the contribution to the collective with regards to helping the group, okay? Again, coming back to this collaboration card here. All right, so that is really interesting. Also know you are surrounded by your team in spirit, your angel team, who are helping you and giving you strength, emotional support and unconditional love as you step forward into this role and express yourself more fully, with more confidence as you learn to do this, okay? This is also your ancestors, a card of ancestry, also around you, not just going back to your mum and dad and grandparents, but all the way down that generational line, okay? You know, real kind of from 10 generations ago, okay? They're all there rooting for you and supporting you in spirit, okay? Interesting. Okay, what's coming up in the near future for you? Okay, wonderful. You are reaching a breakthrough here. This says forging a sword out of iron, but I'm really getting a breakthrough, okay? Because you have been working on this self-expression and overcoming this insecurity, you're really, this sort of truth is coming forward in terms of a verbal expression, okay? The blue is the throat chakra as well, okay? Do not let yourself be deterred from your truth, okay? But you are speaking your truth now. You're speaking, you're sharing your wisdom, and you are using that voice of yours as a clear crystal wand, I'm getting. So you're also speaking magic with your words as well, because you are speaking truth, okay? Interesting. You really kind of, I'm seeing Archangel Michael's sword as well. So this sword of truth is also able to form boundaries for you as well, okay? Boundaries which are protective, which help your inner child to feel safer. If you're expressing your truth and you're able to express your truth, you're able to express boundaries as well, and this can make your inner child feel safe also, okay? And so, yeah, wonderful. And this will then help you feel safer when you are collaborating with others, because when you're collaborating with others and working together as a group, it's important that you are able to voice your boundaries using your verbal expression, okay, in a healthy way, okay? That will help you to feel safe as well. And not only boundaries, but also to express your needs, and wants in a healthy way too, okay? Because if you haven't got that tool to express yourself, then how will people even be knowing what you need and what you want, what you require, what kind of support you require in a healthy group setting? That's important. But also offering the help that you can support others as well with your own inner wisdom, okay, by expressing that, okay? That's the information coming through from Spirit. So really using your voice as a tool. Your voice becomes a tool of power, all right? A tool of power that you are able to add to the collective group's energy, and with that really help others, support others and guide others. And it's a two-way street. Remember, it's a collaboration, okay? So you're also receiving, you're relieving others as well by adding your own energy and own voice into the group, but you're also receiving help and receiving relief, I'm getting as well. It's a relief to be able to come out and mix with people and mingle with people, and share that kind of joyful expression together, and that equal give and take with regards to conversation, and realizing that you have similarities in common as well, and that you both are kind of you both work out through healthy dialogue, what kind of things you have in common in terms of how your energies can combine to actually go for similar goals. You work out what kind of similar goals you have and then go for those in a healthy collaborative way. And this is really the age of the Aquarius, working together with others, okay? So it's not anymore that like lone guru on the mountaintop speaking wisdom, but it's actually coming together in unity with others, and working out how we can solve things together, how we can overcome challenges together as well. And on this earth plane, I know there is a thing called telepathy, and telepathy does exist in the realm of energy. People who are vibrating at similar energy levels tend to flock together. I mean, there is that expression, birds of a feather flock together. But on this earth plane, we have one tool, which is language, and we have a voice, which is expression. So now it's all about honing that voice, honing that expression, so that we are able to communicate our healthy needs and wants, boundaries, and how we can solve challenges together using our voice in a healthy way. All right, so really this is all about perfecting and honing that voice now, so that you really are comfortable standing in the limelight here, like this woman here. She's in the spotlight, in the limelight, and this is what you've started to work on, and this is what this reading is talking about as well. So now, what do you need to know? What is hidden from you? What do you need to know? What's hidden from you? Okay, right, we have got freedom. Okay, so what's hidden from you at the moment? You might not be feeling as free as a bird, like this bird at the moment. I mean, I was talking about birds of a feather flocking together, all right? So perhaps you feel like you haven't really found your flock, your tribe, your group of people that you can be collaborating with and forming this kinship. Perhaps you've been just flying alone, you know, and feeling like you're that lone wolf energy, or that single bird in the sky, like the hawk. They tend to fly alone rather than in a flock, okay? So this card, I'm going to read it out. It says, releasing a bird to fly free. A wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? So you could be asking yourself, in what ways am I feeling restricted at the moment? And because we're talking about verbal expression, we're talking about kinship and collaboration. How are you feeling restricted at the moment in terms of, one, voicing your own expression, and two, coming together in a group setting and also speaking up in that group setting as well, okay? So that you can then be one with a flock, as well as having that freedom to fly alone. Do you prefer to fly alone? Is it kind of alien to you, feeling that you're flying in a flock of other birds, okay, with regards to kinship and collaboration? Okay. Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? Where in your life do you feel caged at the moment? Do you feel that you can't speak up and speak your truth? You know, how can you speak your truth in a way which is more freeing for you and more liberating, okay? What's holding you back from speaking your truth? What's holding you back from speaking your truth in a group setting? These are questions you can be asking yourself as well, all right? And also, this card is to do with liberation, okay? So where in the world are you restricting yourself? Where in the world? I said world. Okay, so where in your life are you restricting yourself? Where in your life are you holding yourself back? All right? Does your inner child want to go on more adventures, want to travel? And are you kind of keeping your inner child caged? Interesting one there. Okay. All right, now what is the challenge? What's the challenge here? Okay, wow, I was just talking about the inner child, and look at this card. Can you see that? That is a little child and being spoon-fed, okay, interesting. Now I'm seeing that blue spoon as regards expression, okay, because blue is the color of the throat chakra, all right? So this child is being spoon-fed conditioning, all right? This is the challenge we've got, okay? Where are you holding yourself back from speaking your truth because of past conditioning or conditioning you had as a child, okay? Right, that's interesting. And the challenge is also to be basically nurturing your inner child and encouraging your inner child to speak up and to communicate, to speak up with their own wants and needs and desires, with your own wants and needs and desires. Again, coming back to the beginning, this card was collaboration, and I did mention that kind of inner collaboration between your inner parent and your inner child. So this is to do with good communication, healthy, nurturing communication with your own inner child. So your inner child feels confident, safe and happy to tell you, to kind of speak to you, okay, as your parent, as your inner parent, your inner mother, your inner father, parenting your inner child in a healthy way, so that your inner child feels safe, confident and secure, speaking up, all right? Letting you know what they need, okay? Because if perhaps, you know, you as a child didn't get your wants and needs met, or you were berated for whatever reason for expressing those wants and needs in a healthy way, so your inner child didn't feel safe working or didn't learn how to work as a team for fear of retribution, now is the time to heal that. This is the challenge, okay? The challenge is to have that inner healthy dialogue with your inner child, to reach that state of inner harmony and inner wholeness. By doing so, you're going to be reaching that harmony in the external world as well, where hand in hand you'll be working with others, reaching that state of inner harmony and wholeness with others too, working as a team in the external world by creating that internal team in the inner world, with your inner child feeling safe and secure and loved, held, listened to and allowed to express. So allowed to speak, all right? Has your inner child been muted, all right? Has your inner child been gagged? Was there a gagging order on your inner child where they weren't allowed to express their needs and wants, okay? Through whatever experiences you've had in life. So it's really important that you are able to kind of potentially go into meditation and connect with your inner child, and then ask your child, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want to say? What do you want to say to me? And then just listen. And if you haven't got time or you don't go into meditation, then you can just set the intention to ask that question out loud in your mind, or in your mind, these same questions. And then throughout the day, notice what comes to you, or even overnight. Do you have a dream as well? Notice what comes to you, which will give you a kind of clearer indication and guidance as to what your inner child really wants to say to you and what they actually need and want, okay? And like I say, by doing so, that's a huge I'm going to say a huge step towards reaching that inner security, that inner healthy relationship with your inner child, and that will be in the external world then translating to a real secure, a much more secure situation and life, okay? So and that was a lot of guidance coming out through that card already. These cards are very chatty, and it doesn't surprise me actually, because this is a reading to do with expression. So now, what's blocking this at the moment? What is blocking it? Okay, so at the moment, what is blocking this healthy self-expression and this communication and dialogue with your inner child, reaching that collaboration? What's blocking it is trust or mistrust. So we've got this card of trust or caution, okay? So at the moment, your inner child potentially doesn't trust you, and doesn't trust the external world, doesn't feel safe, feels anxious, okay? So this card is talking about feeling guarded and afraid to put yourself out there as well. Again, coming back to this spotlight card here as well, okay? This card is already giving some advice. It's saying go slowly and have faith in yourself. Trust that you are the best judge of when it's safe to open your heart. And voice, we're talking about voice here as well, okay? So, but the block here is trust, okay? So basically this internal dialogue that you're going to be starting up with your inner child will create trust slowly and steadily, okay? It's going to take a bit of time to build trust, okay? And it's important also to look at action. So it's not only the communication that you've got, the words, but the words need to be backed up by action, okay? So if you get that your inner child, say, just wants to play, for example, you might hear your inner child wants to play and do something, then it's really important to actually follow through with the action and then allow yourself, give yourself even just 5 minutes of doing something fun you love, so your inner child feels happy, and then your inner child feels reassured that you're actually following through on your actions as well, rather than promising something and then not delivering on it, okay? That's going to create ongoing mistrust and suspicion, and that won't help this kind of harmony, this inner harmony at all. But actually following through on what you say you're going to be doing, or what your inner child is actually wanting at that time, will help to promote the trust. Now obviously if your inner child is wanting something that is just like, you know, there's no way you can do at the moment, you know, also have that healthy dialogue explain, as you would to a child, why you can't do that at the moment, but perhaps think of something that you could do instead, which will also make your inner child happy, something that's potentially more reasonable. And by doing so, this kind of inner conversation, the inner child will say, okay, potentially that's fine for me, we'll do that instead and be really happy. But really, whilst I've been practicing doing this kind of work, really this is the key coming. Your inner child, most your inner child really needs is love, okay? And that's unconditional love, all right? That's absolutely key. And by giving that unconditional love to your own inner child, that's the key to building up that real rock solid foundation of trust, okay? Trust and belief. Right, so at the moment, we have got this trust and caution blocking this communication, this external communication and internal communication, okay? And there's a lot of anxiety around that and insecurity around that. So now we are going to be working with the angels, with the team and spirit of the highest light and resonance, with your own guides and mine, your own guardian angels and mine, the ascended masters, the higher selves, and any other light beings present who wish to help with this transformation. And we're going to be taking which cards? Okay, just these cards. This to do with the expressing yourself in a healthy way, in a safe way, in a way that you feel calm and secure and safe. We're also going to be taking this card with regards to feeling secure in the spotlight as well, or insecure in the spotlight. Okay, and we're also going to take this card to do with feeling free, and also feeling free that we're flying basically with others, i.e. in a flock, but also feeling free at the same time and feeling safe. So if you'd like to take a deep breath in with me now, we're going to be going into the transformation zone. And release. With the one power working for us and through us, we take these cards and any negative situation they may represent, and we replace everything and anything negative out of our lives and the lives of our loved ones, and we replace it with something much more life-affirming and joyful. So mote it be. So now, what is the result of this transformation? Okay, beautiful. Okay, we have got this card of forward thinking. All right. What we've got here is delayed gratification. Okay, so as I was saying, this will take a bit of time with regards to building up that trust, okay? You don't just immediately jump into fully trusting a stranger 100%, okay? It's healthy to have some kind of mistrust initially, where you're just observing how that person behaves, what they do, what they say. All right, you build up trust slowly, all right, rather than from a desperate energy. Okay, I'm going to pull another card now. And now we've got the card of immediacy. Okay, and again, if you put all your energy, here we've got, okay, that's the forward thinking card, and here's the immediacy. Fireworks burn bright and fade away. All right, so again, with regards to timing, if you put all your energy and effort up front very quickly, it's very important that you don't, what can happen is that your energy can burn out, all right? It can burn out very quickly. It can just be fleeting, all right? Fleeting rather than long and stable and long-lasting energy, long-lasting commitment, long-lasting, lifelong friendship, okay? It's important to not put too much energy out there too soon, otherwise you'll burn out, all right? But this is the guidance actually coming through. This isn't the result, all right? This is the guidance coming in. This is the advice coming in, all right? So the advice is, be prepared for delayed gratification, okay? So if you're putting yourself out there, don't expect immediate success, but rather keep going and know that, again, this is to do with children. If a child learns that delayed gratification can be delayed, they're going to be far more successful, okay? Rather than eating all the sweets in one go, they're able to save some sweets for next week, next month, next year, again to do with money, saving money for next week, next month, next year, saving hazelnuts for the winter. Squirrels do that, don't they? So they've got enough to see them through the winter. And this is talking about the raven hiding its food cache, all right? So remember to conserve and save your energy and forward think and plan. And again, because with this card to do with immediacy, fireworks burn bright and fade away. So don't burn out, don't try and do it all in one go. Go slow and steady and be consistent, all right? Be consistent and have that kind of inner discipline with consistency, right? Rather than push, pull, hot, cold, bright flame and then fizzling to nothing. This is to do with consistent energy. That's the energy finally I'm getting it now. Because then you are going to be feeling home. We've got this homecoming card here. All right, you will be feeling welcome in your own home once you have this, full collaboration and harmony internally in your internal world, and then you'll be feeling at home in the external world as well, where you're able to freely create that collaboration and kinship with others, and you'll be able to express yourself freely as well here, okay? Express yourself freely in a healthy way. Certainly on the inside, you'll have that healthy inner dialogue and trust. You'll have built up that trust within yourself, so you'll be feeling much more secure and safe within yourself. And when you've got that on the inside, the energy can only reflect that in the external world as well, okay? And that will be your gift of coming home. All right, so I know that was a lot. I hope that has been helpful for you. If you have found it helpful, please like the video, share it with others, because that's the way we raise the collective consciousness of this planet together. You're very welcome to subscribe to this channel, and I'd like to thank you for watching. We're going to be thanking the angels and beings of light present who are helping us with this transformation as we move forward. Remember, slow and steady, okay? Slow and steady. And we will get there, basically. We will get there. And lots of love, and bye for now.